Patriotism defined. Patriotism is the love of and loyalty to one's country. A patriot is someone who loves, supports, and is prepared to serve their country. The word patriotism comes from a Greek word meaning fatherland. For most of history, love of fatherland or homeland was an attachment to the physical features of the land. But that notion changed in the 18th century when the ideals of democracy, socialism, and communism strongly emerged into political thought. Patriotism was still a love of one's country that included connections to the land and people, but then also included its customs and traditions, pride in its history, and devotion to its welfare. You know, one time I had thought that every American was a patriot. I guess I was just naive. I grew up in a generation that love of country was huge. From being educated in school about it and the history and what our founders went through, and you know how they wanted to give us the most freedom so that we wouldn't fall into socialism and and everything they went through, and you know, and then you had family that was patriotic too. So it was just it was a time where you were surrounded by it. But then I look over the past, I don't know how many decades, and you see this apathy that's come over so many people. And you know, you can blame the cell phones and technology, but I think really the reason the apathy has happened is because patriotism is gone. I mean, I get called all sorts of names by the haters in this country, you know. I'm uneducated and I'm a Trump supporter, and you know, and what they really hate is that I love America. That's somehow supposed to be a bad thing. And it's heartbreaking because I'm the one that gets silenced I'm silenced because I'm a patriot. I mean, even Rumble isn't letting me upload. I never thought you know, that this country would fall into the depths of where it has. And I realized the people that caused the empathy, and they did it on purpose, were your universities, were your professors, were your corporate world, and a ton of politicians. And it's not that they just had different ideas. They hate America. I mean, people need to recognize that. That's what it is. I don't ever see the left all that patriotic. I don't. They use it when they want to. And when I found those cameras, you know, when Northwestern put those blacklisted cameras in, and I got the pictures off of them and the serial number went back to one of the companies Trump blacklisted, you know, at first it caused me such cognitive dissonance because I guess I naively believed that everybody loves this country, whether rich, whether poor, you know, whether black, whether white. Yes, do we have some, you know, some you know, bad history? Yes, but we were coming out of that. It was like and yet I look at the past and see the people that caused the apathy were the universities and the corporate world, because, you know, especially the corporate world, they just used our Constitution so that they just saw an avenue of, oh, look we can rape the place financially and then take it under some control system because we'll get on board with a bunch of globalists, and they never loved America. I'm sorry, I don't mean to it's just sad. It's so sad. If you had grown up in my generation, then you know how heartbreaking it is, because you just believed every American loved America. But now all you hear is about, I mean, I guess it's changing. I mean, you look at Trump rallies and you see that patriotism, and I see the patriots, you know, all over social media, so that's good. But still, there's so many places you look and people just don't care. They could care less. And You can thank the universities. You can thank corporate. You can thank all the people that used our Constitution to further their advances to make people hate this country. And nobody should hate this country. I mean, part of being a patriot is doing the right thing, because our Constitution was built on the values of Jesus Christ. These were things I just thought was a given for every American. I mean, is it harder on some people than others? Yes, but there was still like this love, because we knew what the founders went through and what they tried to give us. And what I don't understand is that if I hated a country I was living in, if I hated it so much, like these professors do, like corporate does, then why didn't they just move? Like, I wouldn't try to destroy a country that had this great patriotism at one time, where there were people that put this country first and believed in standing up for the right thing. I would just move to a socialist country where it more aligned with my values. But instead, hateful people caused this apathy. Hateful people with high education, and many others. And all they had to do was move. I mean, there's so many countries you could have gone to that you've been much happier. But no, you just wanted to stay in your hate and pass that on to all your university students, and corporate just wanted to stay here because, oh, America was a great way to rob the place financially and take it right into crony capitalism while you're at it. And I just never thought that I'm so naive in some ways. I'm really naive. Because I just assumed everybody loved America. It wasn't until the past few years I realized that, when Trump talks about the enemy within, it's all these people that hate America. They hate the freest country. I mean, even with us being the most propagandized country in the world, too, we still had these people that had a love of country. But when you start seeing that die off with everybody around you, then what you have is a bunch of apathetic people that will go along with the wrong thing, won't even think twice about not even think twice about doing the wrong thing, because they'll just do it. I mean, you can't love America and rape it financially. You can't love America and carry on about historical or systemic racism. You hate America. You're not trying to fix anything. You hate it. You hate patriotism. You hate people like me. And you have for your entire life. And yet you had so many options. Bill Ayers, why the fuck is he still here? Or Bernadine Dorn? I mean, you know how wealthy he grew, his ass grew up in a totally wealthy family. And yet he's done nothing but try to destroy America. And outright says it, and so do all these other people. And then you see what corporate does, and you think, you sons of bitches. You sons of bitches. This country was created by men and women that bled to death to give us what they gave. So there's no way you would ever understand that. So move. But no, you had to destroy it because you wanted to make everybody miserable. You wanted to make everybody hate America. And yet I'm the one that gets silenced. I love America. I speak the truth. And yet I can't even upload a video on Rumble. I get silenced. I'm shadow banned on TikTok. I'm shadow banned everywhere. So doesn't that tell you how many people hate America? And that's heartbreaking, because people don't understand how important it is that you need to love this country. Because when you love this country, you do the right thing. You speak up. You stand up for the right thing. Because that's what this country was founded on. And when you have more people that don't do that, then that's the people that hate America and just use America to get whatever they can out of it. There was a time when much of the country was patriots. I hope that returns.